What's going on, neighbors? Charlie here. I was in a good mood, so I decided to get on the internet to ruin it. And CBR is my favorite place to go. And I found this little gem. Tony Stark gets a new rival in first look at Iron Man #1. Oh my god, this is going to be so awesome. I can't wait. Please tell me more. And we're off. Coming off a historic 10-year run on The Amazing Spider-Man, writer Dan Slott. What? Dan Slott? He was on Amazing Spider-Man, and that book sucked. What? You put him on Iron Man? Well, that's just genius. He's teaming up with artist, I'm not going to even try to pronounce his name, as they set their sights on Marvel's Armored Avenger in Tony Stark Iron Man, with the new title being part of the publisher's Fresh Start initiative. Pause for commercial break. Fresh Start is not a fresh start. Fresh Start is all that SJW crap that they shoved down our pants, that they shoved down our throats. Jesus, Freudian slip there. They shoved down our throats for 3 years, and now they're saying fresh start, and like, we're going to fix it all. Guess what? C.B. Cebulski is a wolf in sheep's clothing. He's definitely a cuck, and all these books are going to be trash. There's not going to be a single book worth buying from Marvel. I mean, they're literally a meme now. It's gotten so bad. So let's get back to the article. Slott and that writer's name, who I'm not going to pronounce, plan to honor the past while introducing new concepts and villains to the Iron Man mythos. Ooh, this looks awesome. Slott likes to surprise his readers by destroying who their personalities are, writing horrible stories and ripping them off of their money. But he did offer a few hints at the series, where the series is headed on Marvel.com. The writer alluded to a new antagonist for Tony Stark. Let me guess. No, I'm not. We'll see. Who Slott described as a devious Marvel U. Business rival for Tony, who isn't Justin Hammer or one of the whatever those dudes' names is. This article is stupid. You know why? Because it's the same trash that we've been having for the past 3 years. This is the starting panel from Iron Man #1. Tony Stark, super genius, Avenger, saved the world, I don't know, at least 3 times, is playing robot soccer with Steve Urkel. Is that Steve Urkel? That sure as hell looks like Steve Urkel. And Archie, what the? And the female Karate Kid. So, new characters introduced into Iron Man #1. Steve Urkel, female Karate Kid, and Archie are all now part of the Iron Man team. That is just fantastic. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's definitely the female Karate Kid and Steve Urkel. Wow. That chick needs to get her teeth fixed. She needs to see a dentist. That's just ridiculous. So Iron Man is playing a robot game of soccer, which would be ridiculously easy to him. I don't understand why he has a whole crap load of Apple IIs to help him. He could probably create some sort of holographic thing to do this. But, let's just roll with it. Oh, look at this. Oopsie daisy. The robot fell. He's just been to space and beat up Thanos, but he can't get a robot not to fall. Oh my god. He's probably have nano spider robots that could do better than that stupid thing. What is this? Oh, uh-oh. Tony's worried. Who could it be? Ah. Better looking robots. Oh no. Oh no. Yes. Oh my god. It's a stupid little kid that is disinterested beating Tony Stark. And Steve Urkel looks perplexed. And female Karate Kid looks like she has a learning disability. Probably water on her brain or something like that. My god. This is stupid. Oh look. Tony's upset. Because he got beat by a little kid. Because Dan Slott sucks at writing. Seriously. Well, they stole that one from when that chick won when the female American team won the World Cup. I watched that game. That was awesome. I watched it live. Yeah, so this was just a ramble about some stupidness. And the stupidness is Marvel. Marvel's fresh start. I hate to ruin it for everybody. We all had high hopes for CB Cebulski. You know, everybody was saying, "Oh, he's a fat nerd. He knows comics. He likes this stuff." No, no, this is the same trash over and over again. I think pretty much what has happened. I'm just speculating this because, like I said, I don't know anybody in comics. But I'm guessing their bullpen is empty. They don't have any A players that they could bring up. Their AAA teams are probably empty too. This happens with companies when they achieve a certain amount of success. They think that they're better than their actual customers, and then they start treating their customers like trash. Case in point, Apple Computer did this. I'm in the tech industry, so I know a little bit about this. Apple Computer did this, and it nearly destroyed them. This was before Steve Jobs came back. Microsoft did this. Google and Facebook are currently doing this. And it's kind of a death nail for a reputation. The company might stay around, but they lose that glimmer and that, what is it? That mythos, to steal from this article, of who they were. Apple was very lucky because they were able to get Steve Jobs back. And if you ever get the chance to watch the movie Jobs, that is a good movie. He was a schemer, and he was smart, and he knew what he needed to do to solve Apple's problem, and that was Apple buying him back and his company next. But I don't want to get too much on that. I can talk about that forever too. Excuse me, I had to burp a little bit there. Yeah, Marvel, this Fresh Start initiative is junk. I guarantee you the Inhumans, Death of the Inhumans is going to be junk. This book right here will probably have strong sales for 3 or 4 books before people realize what they are. Unfortunately, comic book stores will get roped into purchasing a whole bunch of numbers, so the whole bunch of books, so the numbers will look good, and they won't be able to move them. And it's just going to be, it's trash. You know, you have to call shenanigans and trash when you see it. And this artist he's got skill. He's overlapping the panels way too much. This is not necessary to have these panels overlapping so much. Yeah, it's a damn shame. He's got skill, but he needs a creative director to reel him in a little bit. This is what we expect from Marvel. This is what Marvel does now. Has Tony Stark on Apple II playing robot soccer, getting beat by a little kid who's disinterested and obviously has no respect for authority, because that's what people want in comics these days. No respect for authority. I'm just going to talk for a little bit longer. I went to a comic book store last Wednesday. Well, of course, everybody did. Picked up Action Comics 1000. And I saw a father walk out with 2 kids. And I can tell you this. Those kids didn't have any comic books in their hands. And neither did that dad, except for, it was probably Action Comics. He just went to pick it up for nostalgia reasons. If a kid goes into a comic book store and doesn't pick up comics, that's a problem. People, generally speaking, don't discover comics. They usually are introduced to comics. I was introduced to comics way back in the day I moved into a neighborhood. My first friend that I made lived across the street. He's like, hey, let's go to a comic book store. I'm like, what the hell's a comic book store? And we rode our bikes 10 minutes without helmets, because that's how we did it back in the day, to the comic book store, and I bought my first comic. And it was 75 cents, like I said. It was in a past movie, excuse me. And it was fantastic. I read it like 5 times. And if I had children, I would want them to read comics like me. But I would not buy any comics today for them. Marvel was the gold standard to go to. Classic X-Men, I think, is pretty much what actually got me into X-Men. I didn't even know who the X-Men were when I was little until I started reading Classic X-Men. Yeah, this is Marvel. This is their Fresh Start initiative. Absolutely worthless. I'm going to buy Iron Man #1. I don't know how I'm going to destroy comics. Everybody rips them. Maybe I could burn them. I don't know. I'll have to find a place to burn them. Bad comics. So sad. Anyway, this was just a ramble. I'm still trying to get my swimming feet swimming. What would I say? Trying to get my water legs. There it is. Trying to get my water legs when it comes to these videos. Thanks for listening and or watching. Click the button to subscribe and click the bell for notifications. Talk to you later. Bye.